Hey there, Charlie here. Welcome to the Light Language channel. I'm an Akashic Record reader, multidimensional channeler, medium, neurodivergent millennial, among other things. Um, I talk really fast, I know. So here's the thing. I just channeled out a bunch of what you could call them like prediction things, but just I had the like internal knock knock. Do you want to do you want to do some channeling for a bit with writing? And so I did, and it's from my Arcturian friends. And at first, it was just basically me and the rest of my year, and then it was 2 pages of and here's sort of what's happening. I'm not really going to get into like the predictions of what they said, but it has to do with bombs. It's not great. I kind of just wanted to talk through and to you about sort of what I have found is helpful when the predictive things that you're getting are kind of fucked, right? Like, I truly don't want to read it, but it was, it was about just war level shit happening in places that were known to me with like details, right? Like you channel something out and it ends up having details to it. And then you just have this feeling of like what do I do with that? Two, how do I like feel okay about some shit that's potentially really dangerous and bad? It won't personally impact me, I suppose, in the moment, but either way, it's still just sort of a worst case scenario predictions that come through on a channeled line while you're doing what is otherwise just normal channeling stuff, right? And so for me, one, writing it out, very helpful because then that gets it out of here and at least gives it somewhere to go. Taking an action on some of the stuff here just helps you not loop on it. I'm now talking to you a little bit about it. So finding someone else to talk to just to kind of also get your feelings out about it, very helpful. And then the other part of it is really the reminding yourself that you are pulling out information in what is a very complicated human who has had a very complicated life. Some of the information, purely theoretical, hypothetical, story narrative stuff. Some of the information is just to kind of turn on your fear circuitry because sometimes you need to have your fear circuitry online. If you've been doing a lot, like I've been sick, so I've kind of downshifted and I've been slowed down and I've been doing a lot of healing myself, and I haven't exactly had a lot of my fear circuitry tapped on, but that certainly did. And immediately afterwards, I then had another channeled just like message interaction to clear something out, to kind of close out what you could argue is a contract, some sort of Akashic level contract, but just there was a level of needing to remove something from me. And when you get information and you're channeling it through, that's also just kind of how it comes through. It's for your highest good, and sometimes your highest good is just to live in fiction land, even if it's dystopian future fiction land, for a moment. And really just for that moment. My biggest argument for let those predictions come through, let that shit just kind of exist with you, and then do what you can to just appreciate that it came through and let it go is we obviously do not know what will actually be coming in any of our futures. It's in a constant shifting state, and we coexist in this collective space. And so big events like bombs being dropped, uh there's so many factors between like now and when it came through on there. I'll tell you this, July. That's when that's yeah. Um because that's also another piece of it too is information from the elsewhere. Um Timing is not always exact, and there are ways of sort of astrologically being able to kind of confirm or deny like oh yeah no it's likely to happen then because of the different patterns that we do exist on in this matrix, right? So all I'm saying is keep that skeptical side of yourself healthy and intact when that's the kind of predictive stuff that's coming through, just because it can spin you into a fear-based response. And you don't really want to be going into a fear-based response when you can have so much more coming out of you with the curious response. I wrote that shit down and went, okay, well, what do I do with this? I actually sent myself an email with a picture of it as sort of like dated proof in the event of it actually happening, because that, I'm still a scientist, that kind of does validate, like, okay, all right, written information from Arcturians that comes through on significant portal days. Um, Different days are important to us for different reasons. I'm filming this on April the 1st. That's when this happened. And like at the moment there's kind of like a lot, there's like, it's a big energy day. There's currently a moon flyby in my country, and that's kind of a big deal. Like there's just, there are big energies on certain days, and they're often quite personal, but when you're part of any specific collective that is doing something kind of big, it means it's a big energy day for you too. And yeah, often you'll get predictive nature things on specific portal days because that veil is just thinner. Um, I don't believe what came through, but I'm treating it like a science experiment because it came through, came out of my hand. And even as I was writing it, I was like, wait, what? Oh, God, really? And okay, because I got specific like locations, like cities, yeah. And that's not the first time I've had like predictive writing before. None of it has come true, thankfully. It's all just been for very specific, again, it's what I'm noticing, very specific fear-based activations that happen inside of me and inside of my awareness that then lead to other things that need to be occurring. And that's the most common use case for that stuff. Is it's there to kind of kick you into a little bit of a fear-based mindset because there's some fear shit you need to work on that you probably haven't been working on. So that's primarily what those are. When you get predictive things about horrible shit that's coming, it's for you. It just probably is not for actual things that are coming. And also, I am just putting this out into the world because if you have also recently gotten some sort of like, yeah, bombs dropping in the US on the East Coast in July as a message, well, that's just data, right? You'll have to have had it before you saw this, right? And yeah, I document things so that they can kind of exist, and then I do timestamp them just in the off chance that, you know, I mean, but you know, what is science? Science is just constantly failing until something just sort of happens and you're like, oh, I guess I can kind of validate this one thing, sort of, even though I don't know all of the factors that went into it. I'm trying very hard to make it as, you know, as specific as I can. Yeah. Honestly, though, I don't personally wish for predictive things, especially when it comes to stuff like that, because what kind of a life is that? Great, you're the psychic that can predict when horrible shit happens. That's not like also what good does that really do? Like hey y'all who aren't listening. Hey, all the people who don't listen now anyway. There's the potential for some really horrible shit. So let's change things up. Oh, you're not listening, right? Okay. You don't listen to other humans anyway. Why would you listen to me? Yeah. Yeah. No, that's why this shit that comes through, it's for you. There might also be fact-based anchor pointed future reality stuff that you are picking up on and seeing. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you will not be near anything that will be happening. And, you know, depending on how your guidance system is set up, you may get information ahead of time to kind of help you cope and pre-grieve. That's another reason that I've heard that when I've asked, like, why do you get predictive things? Why this? Why that? It's like, an element of it is pre-grief. An element of it is so that you can live in the reality where that's going to be something that does occur. Because for at least the day or two where you're sort of living in that reality, you're letting go of a lot of grief in a way that is tangible and now moment. And maybe what you're actually grieving is from like 30 years ago. And it's kind of just better for you not to remember the specific memory because you're so focused on this. You can still grieve this thing and let it get out of your system, but you're focused on this fear-based thing because it's right now. That's how you keep yourself from being re-traumatized by stuff that doesn't need to be part of your conscious awareness again. It's doing EMDR without having to go the conscious awareness route. So that might be what's happening. You might just be giving yourself a little bit of trauma healing without having to re-traumatize yourself with old stuff, by instead traumatizing yourself with what you feel is coming in the now moment and the way in which things are fucked up. Yeah, I don't have good, like, the better thing to think about and talk through with all of this is just how does it make you feel and what is it that comes sort of with that package. I got this prediction that there will be this bomb, this volcanic eruption, this mass something, right? Okay. What is that doing for you? What is that information doing for you? Why did that information come to you? What is it that's inside of you that kind of mirrors whatever that is? Treat it like that. It'll be way, way easier. And you will feel less compelled to try to, I don't know, alert everybody about it because no one's going to listen anyway. Why would they? Like, why would they? And timelines are shifting constantly. And truly, some of this shit really might be a big anchor pointed potential. And then in the 2 or 3 months between when you have that prediction and when it actually was going to be occurring, maybe some really fantastic things happen in the meantime that prevent it from occurring, even with natural disasters. Yeah. Not to mention, we don't always get a good sense of when with any of this information that comes through. It's entirely possible that you're pulling from like a couple million years ago. like seriously, sometimes this information can come from a different when in a way that doesn't feel at all like it's from a different when. But again, it came through so that you can deal with your shit without having to pull up some of the specific trauma memory points, and your body can just take care of that trauma on your behalf while you are consciously focused on this level of panic. I hope that was helpful. Ending this at 121 on the first. I just put this out there for anyone that has been having way more dreams, way more like visions, way more of just, but I know something bad is coming, or I know something this, or I know something that, or I know like, and when you start to even just feel that, you start to ask questions. And when you start to ask questions, your guides answer them. It doesn't necessarily mean it's what will be, but the fact that you're getting that information now means that there's something you can do with it, and not necessarily do with it big external, just there's something that you can do with it. I choose to make art with it and then to try to help others with their own shit. And if you do want any sort of like ask your fellow Akashic Record reader, happy to reach out to me. Happy to go back and forth with it, with your records and any of your guides, to see if there's an update on any of the things that came through, because that's the last like important piece. Just like how you don't cling to anything, right? That's a part of awakening. You can't cling to any identity. That includes clinging to an outcome that you know you felt, because for 2 weeks it was the strongest feeling you possibly had. Yeah, maybe it was. And maybe this is now week 3, and that is from a completely different timeline. Or you just spent 2 weeks doing past life regression work when you died in a volcano. Maybe that's why it came to you. Maybe you had to do past life regression work for that lifetime you were in Pompeii. Maybe. Maybe. It's helpful to ask others for, validating. This is what I think is happening, but I'm not going to tell you. Just let's see if it just comes out. Yeah. Yeah. That's what Akashic Record readings can help with. So, soulharmonyconnection.com. You can send me an email and set up a time to meet. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that whatever visions come through to you help you with whatever it is that you're dealing with right now. And always remember, you can take a nice deep breath and ask for help with what to do with this information. See what comes through, what inspired action feels like it needs to happen next. All right. That's it for me. For real. I love you. We'll talk soon. Bye.